Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Let me make a good shout out for the people who belong to my channel, and for the people who are new for my channel, please hit the like, share, and subscribe. I was scrolling through TikTok, or I was scrolling through YouTube. I just be scrolling, right? And I ran across this man who was trying to explain why MAGA cult is obsessed with Obama. We're just going to listen to the first part about it, and then I'll get into what I feel about it. We're just going to listen to the first part.
So I decided to do some research to try and find out why the MAGA cult is so obsessed with Obama. Barack Obama has not been president for 10 years, and MAGA can't stop talking about him. They are literally obsessed with the man. They try and blame him for things that are happening today. That's not random. There's a psychological reason for that, although it seems a little creepy. Here are the 4 reasons the Trump cult is obsessed with President Obama. 1. The psychological wage of whiteness. In 1935, sociologist W.E.B. Du Bois at Atlanta University studied poor white Americans. White Americans, even the poor ones, with no money and no power, felt superior to black Americans. Not because they earned it, but because for 250 years the entire system told them they were superior to black people. The law said it, the church said it, the culture said it. Du Bois called it the psychological wage of whiteness. This is a status payment people collect just for being white, a floor that white people couldn't fall beneath. Then Barack Obama became president. He occupied the highest status role in the country. That destroyed the floor. And when a status floor breaks, people don't quietly adjust. They backlash. Obama didn't just win an election. He took something they didn't even know they were depending on. They didn't earn this special status, but they thought it was stolen when Barack Obama got elected. And they've been trying to take it back ever since.
Right. So, as a black woman who has carried this kind of weight on my shoulders for decades, when I heard this video saying why white people in the MAGA Foundation, because MAGA really started when Barack Obama became president. It was called at the time it was called the Tea Party. It was in response to them electing Barack Obama. Okay. They lost their mind. Okay. They lost their mind. They saw a black man ascend to the highest position in the world, and they lost their mind. Because what this man is saying is there's 4 reasons why white folks are obsessed with Obama. But the first one, and the main one, is it's like, no, how do I say it very bluntly? Most white people think that most black people are inferior to them. And when Barack Obama won the presidency, that made their head explode. Even though it's not a conscious thing for a lot of you guys. Most of you guys think when you look at somebody black, they're less than you. This is the issue that we have, not in a derogatory way. Let me put it a different way. No, you think you're superior than most beings on the planet, people of color on the planet. You think you're more superior than most beings on the planet. Not that you think that they're bad or negative or degenerate or anything like that. That's not it. You just think you're better. But that by default, you think the rest of us aren't worth it. So, and this is what I have to tell you and let you understand how black people take this. It makes us feel tired. Tired. Bone deep tired. Like we always running a race with you guys. And you keep moving the line. You keep moving the line. And every time one of us crosses the line, like Obama did with his grace, his intellect, his calm demeanor, with no major scandals. You don't look at it as a prideful thing, like one of ours did it. You look at it as a betrayal of your race. Okay? It's not like you accept, it's not pride that you look at him with, even though he's here in this country. It's always an endless loop, a need to say, oh, wait a minute. He's black, so therefore he can't be as good as me. Even the poorest white person thinks that a black person that's rich and successful is less than them. This is what this man is trying to explain. It's a deep, deep conditioning. 200 years of you being conditioned to believe that even the poorest white person, you poorest white people, doctors, lawyers, Indian chiefs, janitors, warehouse people, T-Mobile operator, you name it. Even if you white, you have a privilege of being more than somebody else. And when Barack Obama won the presidency, y'all's head exploded. How that black man get up there? He ain't as smart as me. He ain't as smart as us white people. How he get to be the president? How he gonna be in charge of us? How he gonna tell us what to do? And he ain't as smart. He ain't worthy. We better than him. That's what a lot of y'all thought. That's what a lot of y'all thought. Okay. It's a terrible thing. And a lot of black people jump on that same bandwagon. Those black MAGAs jump on the same bandwagon, but it's with a different take. They are trying to denigrate him so they can get close to whiteness. Because in this country, 200 years of saying you're the standard, you're the best. Black folks, there's black people who want to get close to whiteness, even though they never can, and they're never going to be on the same level. They too want to get close to whiteness. They too think, if I denigrate enough black people, I can get on y'all side and y'all can like me too. I ain't like them. I'm like y'all, right? And here's the thing. Every time I hear a person that gets on here and talks about, oh, black people ain't as smart, there's an intelligence problem. No, there's no intelligence problem. There's no intelligence problem. There are smart people in every race. Everything that we have done and excelled at, everything we've excelled at as a black. You put our best black up against your best white, and we're gonna be on the same level, or we're gonna excel you. So when people say, oh, you're black and you're not intelligent, no, the bulk of you white people are not intelligent, just like the bulk of us black people ain't intelligent. But we also have intelligent white people, and we also have intelligent black people. Okay. And here's the thing that a lot of people, that, you know what, I'm gonna say it out loud. We are just as talented, just as capable as any white person on this planet. Time and time again, we prove that. Yet Tiger Woods, Victor Glover, Michael Jordan, smart people, chess people, young people, old people. You know, right now the names escape me, but I'm sure there's plenty of them that have excelled mentally, physically, you name it. We excel in every field that we touch: medicine, law, technology, you name it, the arts, entrepreneurship, education, leadership, presidency. Okay. That lady who got us to the moon, calculating trajectories, rocket trajectories and shit like that. I heard her name the other day because our astronauts are going into space. to black women running billion-dollar companies. 92% of us who voted not for Donald Trump, we knew we were smart enough, instinctual enough to know that ain't the route we want to go. And the thing is, we don't ask for special treatment. We never have. We just want the playing field to be even, not have a lumpy road. You have a smooth road because you're white, and we have a lumpy road because we're black. We just want the same baseline assumption of competence that white people receive without any hesitation. This is what we mean when we say white people privilege. And a lot of white people, I ain't privileged, I'm poor just like you. Yeah, you're poor, but even at your poorest, you think you're better than a black person. And I'm not saying that's a bad, I'm not saying that you should feel bad about that. What I am saying is it's conditioning. And you all need to get past that conditioning. Okay? Obama's presidency wasn't a fluke. It was living proof that when barriers are put on the same playing field, barriers are lowered even a little, black excellence is going to rise and meet and exceed the expectations of everybody. His demeanor, his steady leadership through crisis, his global respect, none of that fit into that old mold that you white people thought should be befitting of a black man. He was a black man who was smart, intelligent, articulate, dressed nice, appeared nice, treated people nice, the whole nine. So if one man can do it, one black man can do it, many black men can do it. And be intelligent, and be smart, and be nice, and be kind, and be a family man. But that's not the assumption. You make those basic assumptions about white men, you need to start making those same basic assumptions about black men, and Oriental men, and Asian men, Chinese men, the whole nine, and Mexican people. Racism is a white person's problem because most white people think they're better than the regular average black person, whether they're smart, advanced, because a lot of y'all thought y'all were better than Obama. Or Obama didn't deserve it because he wasn't smart enough. He wasn't white enough. He wasn't X, Y, and Z enough. Yes, he was. We exceed every time we come out and we compete. Black people succeed every time they come out and they compete. And he succeeded and won at the presidency, the highest job in the land. And we exceed in any other of those other things. Hakeem Jeffries is about to be the House Speaker. Many first. What's his name? Victor Glover, first black man gets the closest to the moon. Pilot. Everything. Tiger Woods. Every time we compete, same playing field, we excel. Okay. But every time y'all talk about Barack Obama, y'all rewrite him. Even these black MAGA people, y'all put him in the category of being a villain, like he ruined, like that goofy ass Megyn Kelly with her dumb ass. It started with Obama with his slick ass. Yeah, we already understand that you're a racist. That's why you have no capital in the black community. You have no capital in the black community. You're trash. Okay. It started with Obama here with his slick self. Yeah, you slick. And you motherfuckers lost your goddamn mind. You had a fucking stroke when he wore a tan suit. That's how goofy you came across. And it's not about him having any kind of policies because I don't want to fucking hear it. It ain't about his policies or anything else. It's about what his success forces you white people to confront. The lie that whiteness equals automatic superiority. That's it. That's it. You think your whiteness means automatic superiority. And this is why Barack Obama, no matter how much he tried, no matter how nice he was, how he did everything else, y'all stuck in that endless loop. Okay. Okay. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna get off. Okay. Okay. Because what you try to promote and say embarrasses you and everybody else. Okay. Stop making assumptions about people's skin color. Stop clinging to the invisible psychological wage that this Du Bois talked about. That unearned sense of entitlement, sense of status that you were told or you have been told psychologically over the 200 years. That the poorest of you are better than the richest of black or richest of color. So when Obama stepped into the White House, he didn't steal anything from you. He didn't take nothing from you. He simply showed you that the floor you thought was permanent was never real to begin with. He just showed you that the story that you had been told as a child, or the inherent betterness that you had been brought up with, was a lie. Because every time a black person, Obama, whether it's Obama commanding the world stage, or a black woman earning a PhD, or the one black woman running the Federal Reserve, helping to run the Federal Reserve, or whatever, or a black engineer solving problems, or a black chess king or queen, the assumption that we are somehow less capable, less intelligent, less presidential, less worthy crumbles beneath your feet. And instead of learning the humility that Barack Obama's election should have taught y'all, Tiger Woods' ascent in the football world, the golfing world should have taught you, Michael Jordan's superiority on the court as a basketball player. Instead of learning humility, all of y'all kept doubling down on it. Because we hear it today in young people. Oh, black people, they're less intelligent. No, dumb. Look around the world. We have smart people and dumb people, just like y'all got smart and dumb people. Okay. Too many of y'all double down on it. So you scapegoat. You reach for conspiracy. It's got to be a fluke, blah, blah, blah. Keep Obama's name alive, not because he's the problem, but because admitting that he's a competent, beloved person would force you to question the entire hierarchy in which you've been standing on. That's embarrassing. You're embarrassing. Your racism is embarrassing for you, for your children, for your children's children, and for the country you claim to love. We've done this dance for 200 plus years with every barrier we broke. Black people broke. We integrated schools, voting rights, boardrooms, Oval Office. You responded with resistance, rage, then denial, then this weird lingering fixation that reveals more about your insecurity than it does about us. It colors your judgment on everything, on crime, the economy, culture, education. It colors everything. This fucking goofy shit you have or thought process about black people. And this is what we were talking about also, a side note with the Jasmine Crockett thing. Just such a thing happened there. At least according to some people. I don't know. But you cannot see clearly. As white people, you cannot see clearly because you're still filtering the world through the lens of black people are not supposed to be better than me, even though I'm poor. Even though we keep pushing on, we keep excelling. We keep raising families. We keep creating world, music, art, sports. We do it through all these little fucking microaggressions that you white folks always have while mentoring our next generation. And we carry the emotional labor of explaining why we deserve basic fairness. No, racism is continuing to be carried by you white people because you think just because you're white, you're better. And the bulk of y'all think that way. It's not a bad thing. You just need to recognize it and correct it. And as long as you don't understand that that is how you actually feel, it will never change. And the real tragedy is that this obsession with Obama and the Obama-like people, men, women, you name it, it don't just hurt us, it hurts you. It holds you back. Because while you're busy obsessing about us over the former president, real problems in our own community or your own community get unaddressed. Schools, jobs, family breakdown, addiction. Trump just brought it out of you. Trump brought it out of you. Trump brought it out of every one of you, except some of y'all rejected it. And thank God some of y'all did. But a lot of y'all accepted it. The racism was okay with you. Because you had those beliefs inside your head anyway. Okay? You can't keep blaming Obama. Obama didn't do anything to you all. It was your reaction to Obama because you thought you were better. You thought somebody black could never be better than you. So I'm gonna leave you with this. We black people, when men and women, have been proving our equality and our excellence for generations, often in the face of bogus laws and customs and attitude designed to break us or keep us down. Obama was not the exception. He was the confirmation. His success, his dignity, his pride, his competence didn't threaten this society at all. It only threatened the fragile sense of superiority that you white folks thought y'all never had to earn in the first place. So every white person that's trapped in that loop, the embarrassment you feel when we come out on top of y'all, the rage y'all feel when we come out in front of y'all, the anger that y'all feel every time y'all see us win, specifically President Trump, when he see black women in positions of power. It's the natural consequence of building your identity on a lie. You need to learn from it. You need to let it go. You need to adjust this lens that you're superior. You need to take that lens off and see yourself as an equal to every human being on the planet. Or you just gonna keep doing the same goofy shit y'all been doing. Okay, with this resentment all your life. Why would you want to live with that all your life? You're never going to be better. You're just going to be equal. And we still here, and we still going to be here, and we still going to be excellent, and we still going to keep moving on. Okay. So the next time y'all hear Obama's name come up in a goofy ass way, remember how it feels on his side, on our side. Remember that black people's progress is not a threat to you. And that's a big problem for a lot of y'all too. Black excellence is a problem. When you see black people excel, you get upset. You start doing things like January 6th, forming the Tea Party, putting all these goofy laws in place to hold black folk and colored folk back. Okay. It's not a threat to you. So you all need to stop lying to yourself about why you feel the way you feel and get in touch with your feelings and try to eradicate that goofy, or try to eradicate that feeling of superiority that is inherent because it's been established for years and years, 200 plus years. White folks have thought that way, that they were better. Even the poorest white person thought they were better than the most excellent black. And that's y'all's obsession with Obama. Obama showed you that you were just a regular, ordinary individual, and he was a superior human being. And y'all didn't like that. Y'all didn't like that. You guys put in the comment section what you think about this. I just had to get that off my chest, and I see you in the next one.